Bright in the Victorian High Country. This morning we woke up in Beechworth and made our way down through Myrtleford to Bright, which is a very picturesque town right beside the Victorian Alpine area.
And there's not a cloud in sight, so it's very bright, as you can see.
We're down beside the river at the moment. There's a river walk that you can do here that we'll probably pick up and do in a little while.
Yeah.
When we came through Myrtleford this morning, we stopped in for a little stop at a place that Jesse's dad recommended called Red Ramia. Should we get a new door for our apartment? Look at all these notebooks. How awesome. You can get your strawberries for 25 cents a pint, although the box that they're in will cost you $85.
Time to go to India?
Shout out to Craig and Amy from Kinging It. Maybe there's some refurb ideas for chapati there.
The old with the new. That's cool.
Well, that's a very interesting place to walk around. It kind of has a bit of a labyrinth vibe, and there's so much to see in there. From Moroccan culture and Japanese and all sorts. There's every kind of homewares that you could imagine. Old doors, tagines I think they're called, for cooking, kimonos, shoes, lights, furniture, cushions.
Statues galore.
I'm sure you could always find something to buy in there if you wanted to. I think my favourite thing actually was all of the old notebooks with the leather binding and the vintage pages, even though I'm pretty sure they're brand new.
That was super cool. So now we better walk the town.
Yeah, let's see what the town of Bright has to offer.
Must be a chain or something.
It is a bit of a chain, but you would think that the original is the one in Beechworth, not the one in Bright, since it's called Beechworth Bakery. Well, there's also the same sweet shop here as there is in Beechworth, and Gumtree Pies, which is originally from Yak and Dander, but is also in Beechworth and Bright. So a lot of the same shops in these towns. There are also 3 sweet shops in this town. There's an ice creamery, the sweet shop that I mentioned a second ago, and the lolly shop behind me. So I guess the people around here have a sweet tooth. After all that walking around, I think we might have earned ourselves a little bit of ice cream. You told me no to cinnamon, so I think we've got to go with blood orange and lemon lime and bitters. Got myself some blood orange ice cream here. I think it's quickly becoming my favourite kind of ice cream. Chocolate's great too, but blood orange has something. Alright, here's the other one. Whoa, that's a flavour explosion. It actually tastes like a lemon lime and bitters, the second one. Yeah, great flavours. I think we're going to enjoy these. No melt yet.
That was once a stream flowing to the river.
We've had a little bit of a walk along the river here, past the slide that is unfortunately closed at the moment. It looks like so much fun. I mean, I probably wouldn't have put on my swimmers and gone anyway, but I'd like to know that the option was there. And the water's probably the warmest it's going to be all year because it's almost winter, so soon it'll start snowing and then all the snow melt will come down and the water will be freezing. But now I think we're going to pop out of town a little bit and go up a mountain. this. This is insane. The track to get up here was a bit gnarly. I mean, the last little bit is dirt, but it's like really rutted dirt, so the van nearly exploded going over all of those ruts, but the view is so worth it. This guy here is called the Eagle's Nest, and he was built so that travellers and hikers could have somewhere to hide out from the elements up here. The stipulation was that it had to be rugged to blend in with the atmosphere, and I think they succeeded.
Maybe.
Maybe, indeed. I don't know if I'll make it, but I'm gonna try.
Oh wow! I can see the lookout. We gotta get there because we see the other side of the hills.
Don't know if we actually said, but this is Mount Buffalo, by the way, and we are at the Horn at Mount Buffalo, which is right at the tippy top. There's actually a viewing platform right up the top here. It's a kilometre walk, but it's all uphill, so hopefully we make it. Cheer me on.
Yeah, kilometre round trip, I think. 40-minute round trip. We can see for at least 50 kilometres from here. It's magnificent.
Such a good view.
There is no shortage of good rock up here. Dana, did you pray for
Is this
feet?
real?
What is going on? Are you a friend of Mount Buffalo? And you are allowed to sit. Oh yeah. Rock stairs. Crouching down for these ones. Oh wow. Good views wherever. So close now, I can feel it. Oh wow.
I made it!
I'm glad we came up here.
360 views. Look at all the mountains you can see from here.
Yeah.
Never seen so much of the Australian Alps in one place.
Yeah. Wonder how high we are right here. Does it tell us? It seems we are 1,723 metres up.
It's pretty high.
It's getting up there. I mean, it's no Kosciuszko, which we can see just over there, but it's close, it's getting there. It's just so serene up here. A light breeze. It's like cold, but you could still wear a t-shirt.
If
you're wearing a t-shirt, you'd be okay. A few bushfires around. This one's been burning all day apparently, and has created that whole smoke cloud, if you can see. Now we start.
The way back down. Crouching time. Oh, don't die.
Oh, add that to the list of big rocks. It's a good one. And 9 kilometres back from the Horn, halfway up the hill, is an alpine lake, Lake Katani. And it's so serene and perfect up here. Only a bit of smoke from some bushfires. Look how peaceful it is. It's like a sheet of water.
So we've come back down the mountain and back into Bright to Bright Brewery for some dinner. We've ordered ourselves a gluten-free gourmet garden? Gluten-free gourmet garden pizza to try. And I accidentally ordered myself the same cider as last night in Beechworth because it was listed under the orchard name this time, not the cidery name.
Are you saying we need to add somewhere to our map?
Maybe. It's only 10 minutes from here. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
What's it near again? Wondilligong?
Yes. It's at Wondilligong, which is a very funny name. But I think we better try this pizza. And Jesse got a beer as well.
Yeah, an Irish stout.
That's delicious. I find the secret to life is ordering vegetarian pizzas, even if you're not a vegetarian, because I feel like they're compensating for the lack of meat, so they put all more delicious things on there. So good. Good morning. We've come a little of the way back up Mount Buffalo this morning, grabbed our coffees from the Punker Pantry this morning, and now we're going to climb up to Eurobin Falls, if I make it.
Hello there.
This is part one of the falls. This is the bottom one, which is Lady Bell Falls, but there's 2 more viewing points after this. This is point number 2 on the walk. This is the lower Eurobin Falls, where you can see it all spread across the rock here behind me. The first 2 stops weren't so bad, but the last 150 was a killer. I swear that was more than 150. Felt like it went forever. Maybe it was 150 in elevation.
Yeah, exactly. It was brutal.
Oh my gosh. But we have made it to the final point, the Upper Eurobin Falls lookout. Okay, time to go back down again.
We're at Nightingale Bros, an apple orchard, and they do cider. Nightingale Bros, Alpine Produce and Alpine Cider. Here we go.
What have you got going on here?
Well, I just cracked open a Pink Lady dry cider, and it's delish. And then, what did you got a couple. You wanted to try different apples. So they're both sparkling apple juice, plain old sparkling apple juice. Now one's Granny Smith and one Pink Lady. And then what did you get? A little apple juice that you thought you needed. Some flat juice. And 4 different apples. Granny Smith, Sundowner, Royal Gala, Pink Lady. Look at these views, would ya?
I think I better try some of these delicious apple products. First, I'm going to go with the flat apple juice, as Jessie called it. It's just non-sparkling, it's not flat, but anyway. Yum. As flat apple juices go, that one is pretty delicious, I must say. Granny Smith.
Oh yeah.
It's not straight up sweet. It almost tastes like a sweet apple cider, but doesn't quite have the alcoholic kick. The sparklingness is delicious. That's a good one. Should I crack the other one too?
Oh, why not?
And this one is the Pink Lady sparkling apple juice. Wow, the apples actually taste different. This one has more of like a kick, like you're eating an actual apple at the end.
That's closer to a pear. I love that. It's hard to tell what it is that makes it different.
Yeah.
But they're totally different. They're both amazing. But my pick goes to the Granny Smith sparkling apple juice. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Granny Smith just has something that I love that the other one does not have. And I don't know what that is.
And there is a cider version, a Pink Lady cider, sweet apple cider as well, which I've had 2 nights in a row now at various breweries in Beechworth and Bright. Didn't mean to order the same one 2 nights in a row, my bad. But it led us here, so I didn't get one of those because I just had it for the last 2 nights. But Jesse's got the dry Pink Lady here as well, as opposed to the sweet. And it is dry, especially after having the apple juices. Dry ciders are not my favourite at all, so this one's definitely Jesse's beverage, and I will let him have it because he enjoys a dry beverage far more than I do. It looks like we timed coming here perfectly because it seems to be picking time. There's a tractor that keeps coming past with pallet bins and dumping them in the middle of the orchards behind me so that they can start picking the apples. So a little bit later and there would be no apples to look at.
So this orchard is about 10 kilometres south of Bright through the town of Wandilligong. And I think this will be the last stop of our Bright escapade. And we'll head back through Bright to get to our next area, which is lots more Victorian high country.
Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from us, and we'll see you in the next one.
That's a bit too bright. Welcome back to the green shirts. How you travelling, Dana? Almost there.
A second.
Dana, what's behind the big rock?
I think it was another big rock.
Another rock?
What?
Ready to climb some fall?
No. This is the lower Eurobin.
Front looks like the back and back. They both look like the front. They're awesome. Look at these European wasps that won't bugger off, would ya? Sounds like it's going to explode. Hey!
No. Still not. There's a tractor that keeps coming past repeatedly with crates, crates. There's a tractor that keeps coming past with pallet crates, dumping them in the middle of the orchards here.
Even says on them,
Pallet bin, okay.